Hello and welcome to the answers to the holiday work paper, practice paper 2008-9, paper 1, which is the level 2 non-calculator paper. Question 1. Cost of 2 tomatoes, 2 kilograms of tomatoes, 2 lots of £1.50, which is £3. To make her soup, she needs 2 kilograms of tomatoes, which we've worked out is £3. We add to that 45p for a garlic bulb and half a kilogram of onions, which would be 35p. And if we add those up, we get £3.80. For 6 people, she'll need £3.80. For 18 is 3 lots of 6. So we'll make 3 lots of £3.80, and if you times that by 3, you get £11.40 for 18 people. Okay, question 2 is a fractions, decimals and percentage questions. Remember, fractions must always be in their lowest terms. So 55% is 55 over 100. If I divide top and bottom by 5, I get 11/20. To work out the percentage, you can either use a mental method by doing 50% and 5%, or you could use the fraction that you've just found, which I can then cross-cancel with the 0, and also 2 goes into 24 12 times. So we're left with 11 times 12, which is 132. 9 over 25. Now 25 goes into 100 4 times. So 9 times 4 would be 36. 36 hundredths, which would be 0.36. And then a quarter of £22. If I halve it, I get £11. If I halve it again, I get £5.50. Or you could do a quarter times 22 and do it that way. To put these in order of size, you need to make them into the same number of decimal places. So that would be 4.500. That would be 4.555. Recurring. This would be 4.450. So then the smallest one would be 4.45, followed by 4.5, followed by 4.505, followed by 4.5 recurring. So the recurring one is the biggest one. Okay, question 3 is on BIDMAS. So we've got to write BIDMAS at the top. We do the division first. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then just write everything else out in order. And then be careful, because you've only got addition and subtraction left. Go from the left. 12 minus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Don't forget to show your working. Using this, we can see that we've lost a 0 here, but we've added 2 zeros here. So in total you've added a 0. So 4320, add on 1 0 would be 43,200. For this one, we've divided by 100 and divided by 10. So in total we've divided by 1,000. So we've got 4320. Divide by 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4.32. Get rid of that 0. In this one, if we double this one, we've got to halve this one, which means we've got 180. Question 4. You need to think about the number of units. So centimetres, there are 100 centimetres in a metre, so 100 1,570. There are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so 0.157. And there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre, so it'll be 15,700. Question 5 is on substitution. So write out the question without working anything out to make it a lot easier when you're working it out. Number 2, we've got 10 times 2 minus negative 5. It's always a good idea to write a bit of maths at the top of these. So you're going to do a multiplying first, so that's 20. When you take away a negative, when you've got them next to each other, it becomes a plus. So you've got 20 plus 5, which is 25. So we've got 2 times negative 5 squared, that's an indice. So you do the index first. So negative 5 squared, if you square a negative it becomes a positive. 5 times 5 is 25. So you've got 2 times 25, which is 50. Don't forget to show your working out. And on the last one we've got negative 5 divided by 2 plus 3, which is negative 5 divided by 5. A negative divided by a positive becomes a negative. 5 divided by 5 is 1. In question 6 is equations. We've got a minus 9 equals 15. So using the inverse, we plus 9 to both sides. A is 24. B divided by 5 is 10. So we're going to times by 5 both sides. So B is 50. On this one, remember, lol, letters on the left. So the first thing we do is we're going to plus 2c to both sides. So we then get 4c minus 1 is 1. Plus 1 to both sides. 4c equals 2. Divide by 4. So c equals 2 quarters, 2 over 4. 2 divided by 4, which is a half, or 0.5. For the last one, you must multiply out the brackets first, which gives you 9 minus 12d is 57. Remember to multiply everything by the number in front. I'm going to minus 9 from both sides. So I get minus 12d is 48. And then I divide by negative 12. Positive divided by negative is negative. 48 divided by 12 is 4. Number 7 is on fractions. You must remember to find the common denominator of 3 and 5, which is 15. 3 goes into 15 5 times. 5 goes into 15 3 times, which means you have 10 fifteenths minus 3 fifteenths, which is 7 fifteenths. To divide fractions, you flip the second one upside down and you make it into a times, which would be 10 over 12, which you can then simplify because they're both even. Simplify to 5 over 6. Right, Angie eats a quarter of the tin, which means there's 3 quarters left. Bertie eats a quarter of the remainder. So we need a quarter of 3 quarters. To multiply fractions, multiply the top, multiply the bottom, and you get 3/16. Okay, number 8 is speed, distance, time. So if you can swim 600 metres in 20 minutes, there are 3 lots of 20 minutes in an hour. So we need 3 lots of 600, which is 1800 meters per hour. There are 1000 meters in a kilometre, so it would be 1.8 kilometers per hour. Likewise on this one, if you can swim 600 meters in 20 minutes, in 1 minute he can do 30 meters. 30 meters in 1 minute, which if you then divide by 60, because there's 60 seconds in an hour, you get 3 divided by 6, which is a half, or 0.5 meters per second. With these questions you should always check that the distance makes sense, and if you think half a meter a second swimming, I think that's about right. Number 9 is a ratio question. So we've got Harry to Matthew, 14 to 10. We can simplify the ratio just like a fraction, dividing both sides by 2, and you get 7 to 5. So we have Harry to Matthew, 7 to 5. And we're told the total is 36. At the moment, the total is 12. 7 plus 5 is 12. And 12 goes to 36 3 times. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3, which gives 21 to 15. So Harry has 21 pounds. If their total is 36, and they both get an extra 12 pounds, if I add 12 on to 36 twice, you'll end up with 60 pounds in total, of which Matthew has 17 plus 12, which is 26 out of 60. Because it's a fraction, you should always look to simplify, and I can simplify this because 3 goes into both of them, 9 over 20, 9 twentieths. Number 10 is an enlargement question. So grab your ruler. I won't be able to use a ruler on the board, but you must make sure you use a ruler and it is done accurately. This is a parallelogram. I am a parallelogram. Right, we're going to do scale factor 3, which means everything is 3 times longer. So from P, draw your line out, and then it's going to be 3 times the distance. So this point goes to here, and this point, 1, 2, 3. So that point goes to there. So that's the top line of your shape, and then from here we can draw the line down. With a ruler this is so much easier, and we'll see there 1, 2, 3, so that point would be there. So if we join them up, it's going to be 6 along the bottom, because everything is 3 times longer, and then that one comes down there. Always check that everything is 3 times longer. This line was 2, 1, 2, so that's now 6. And the shape looks the same. How many times does that fit in there? Well, it'll be 3 squared, because it's the area scale factor, which should be 9. Okay, question 11 is on transformations. So remember, along the corridor upstairs, 1, 3, 1, 6, 3, 6, go there. Again, remember to use a ruler. Don't be lazy, label like crazy. So that'll be shape A. The line y equals x goes through the origin and through the corner everywhere, where whatever x is, y is as well. So it goes straight through the origin, down like that. Don't be lazy. So reflecting, reflect triangle A in that line. And because it's a diagonal line, you have to go diagonally towards it, and the same out the other side. So here, 1, 1. This one, 1.5, half, 1. This one, 1, 2.5, half, 1, 2. And label it B. Rotate triangle A 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Put an arrow to remind you, going anti-clockwise. Use tracing paper or compass, and you'll work out, here's the origin, that's where your pencil will go, and it will turn around to be here, here, and here. That's triangle C. Always just check that it's fallen over or upside down if it's 180 degrees. And the final part is translation. 3 left, 1 down. Draw those arrows just to remind you which direction you're going in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So this would be your new triangle D. Okay, question 12 is on pie charts and averages. If there are 24 coins, you divide 360 by 24 to tell you how many degrees per coin, which is 15. And if you measure these carefully, you get 45, 90, 75, 135, and 15, which means that you think in terms of 15, 3 lots of 15 makes 45, 6 makes 90, 5 makes 75, 9 makes 135, and 1 makes 15. Always check that it adds up to 24 in your table. The modal is the most common, which is 10p. The total value, you've got 3 1p's, and you've got 6 2p's, and you've got 5 5p's, and you've got 9 10p's, and you have 1 20p. Now if you add those all up, you've got 3 plus 12 plus 25 plus 90 plus 20, which gives you £1.50. Total money is £1.50. To find the mean, you've already added them up, and you need to divide by 24, because there are 24 coins in total. To divide this, you're probably best off dividing it by 3. So you've got 50 divided by 8, then divided by 2, so you've got 25 divided by 4, which is 6.25p. Average amount. Always check that's roughly where you'd expect it to be. Question 13 is on factor tree. So you've got 312, it's even again, it's still even, it's not even anymore, but 3 goes into 39 13 times. So the prime factor that's greater than 10 is 13. It's the largest, well, it is the largest prime factor that goes into 312. Right, number 14, we had triangle ABC, where this is 55, this is 6, this is 12. So the first thing to do is measure this angle here, it's 55 degrees, and then draw a 6 centimetre line coming out to find C, and then you connect C to A to make the triangle. Don't forget to label everything you measure. The angle at A is between 30 and 32, somewhere around about there. The perpendicular distance is at a right angle from A and B, going straight up through C. That's a good one to use your set square on. A set square has got that right angle in one corner. And that should be about 5. And the area of the triangle is half the base, which is 12, times the height, which is 5. So we've got half of 12 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Number 15 is on cuboids in volume and surface area. To complete the drawing, we've already got our 5 centimetres here, and we've already got 3 centimetres here, which means the height must be 2. So from each vertex, we draw a line up 2 centimetres, and then connect them up to make your cuboid. Don't forget to label each dimension. The volume is the width times the depth times the height, which makes 30. And then the surface area, we need the area of all the faces. So if we go through them, we've got the top, which is 3 by 5. We've got the bottom, which is the same as the top. We've got the left hand side, which is 5 by 2. The right hand side is the same. And then we've got the front side, which is 3 times 2. And then we've got the back side, which is also 3 by 2. So in total, we've got 15, plus 15 is 30, plus 10 is 50, plus 6 is 52. Pardon. So 30, 40, 50, 56, and another 6 makes 62 centimetres cubed. Okay, final question is on symmetry. It's always good to label these with whatever you're looking for. No lines of symmetry is the L and the S. So that's 2 out of 10, and the probability should always be written as a fraction and always simplified, so it's 1/5. One line of symmetry is the V, the E, the M, the A, T, all have one line of symmetry, and only one. So that's 5 out of 10 of them. Again, simplify to a half. And rotational symmetry order 2, which means if you turned it upside down, it would look the same. And that is the I and the S. So, and the H. So that's 3 of them, which you can't simplify. Good. So now add up your marks. Remember, show you're working to get those bonus marks even if you didn't get the question right.